Hello guys, in today's tutorial we're going to go through the various types of message boxes, how to perform actions based on user input from the message boxes, how to make message boxes stay always on top. If you're interested in this topic, please continue watching. Alright, welcome back. Messagebox is a boring topic to learn, although 99% of the beginners programming tutorials out there will start with how to create a message box that says hello world with an exclamation mark, of course. But knowing the various types of message boxes can come in handy if you're creating, for example, a program, or you want to display error messages from your script, or you want to pause the script until the user clicks OK, and etc. and etc. In this video, I'll go through the most basic forms and variations of the message boxes that you will find it helpful to know. Now that's out of the way, let's make a start. First thing is message box shorthand. What you see up here, the two message boxes are the same, and these are called shorthands for message box. And these are called shorthand because if you type message box and go comma, then you'll get inside an IntelliSense that shows you the parameters that go with message box. But if you ignore all these parameters and go straight into typing out the text, then the message box will be converted into a shorthand. If you want to use a variable within these shorthand message boxes, then you just have to go either message box variable with a percentage sign in the middle, or comma, and wrap the variable within percentage signs. Now let's go ahead and explore what options are available within message boxes. So if I type out message box, I'll get the IntelliSense. Let me just grab that. There are options, title, text, and timeout parameters within the message box. Options refer to input options, and by input options I mean when you show the message box, there will be buttons on the message boxes, and depending on what option you put in, you will get different types of buttons, and I'll show you some of them just a little later. And title is the title of the message box, text is what goes inside the body of the message box, and timeout is the number of seconds that you want the message box to be shown. So let's go ahead and create a sample message box. For options, you can either put nothing or a number, and if you put a 0, that means default, and there will only be an OK button. I'm gonna go ahead and create a message box title. This is my message box title actually, and this is my message box text, and I will show it for up to a maximum of 3 seconds. If I save this and run the script, I'll get the message box. It will last 3 seconds, it will go away. I can make it longer, and you'll see that the title of the message box has changed, and the body is the body text that I put in the third parameter. For the options, you have the following. So you've got 0 for OK, 1 for OK cancel, 2 for abort, retry, and ignore, and so on and so forth. So let us try some of them. Let me change the first one to OK and cancel, second one to abort, retry, and ignore, and the third one to number 6, cancel, try again, and continue. And let me comment this out, because otherwise it will cause an error. And remove these timeouts. These are optional. If you don't put any timeout, then the script will wait until the user clicks a button. So if I save this and run it, I'll get my first message box that says OK or cancel. Second one is abort, retry, ignore. And the third one, cancel, try again, and continue. Number 6. So this is how you can set up the choose the different buttons for the message boxes. Alright, next up is taking the input from the user who would click one of the buttons and take actions depending on what button is pressed. So let me just go ahead and create a message box that uses number 4 as an option, yes or no. For select an option, would you like to continue. And the statement that you have to use in order to detect what button has been pressed is if message box, comma, if it is yes, then show another message box that says OK. Continue. Oh, continue. And if not, then it will be a message. It will be a button called no, and I'll make it say message box no. Discontinue. What is this? And oh, also, I'm just gonna put a timeout of 5 seconds, and I'll show you if no input was detected, which is timeout. I can make it say message box timed out. All right, I'll save this and run it, and within 5 seconds, if I press yes, no, then I'll get these, either of one of these message boxes. No, this, continue. Right, running it. Would you like to continue? If I press yes, I'll get a message box that says OK, continue. I'll run it again. Move that out of the way. Run it again. Would you like to continue? No, no, discontinue. And if I run it and wait for 5 seconds, what it's going to do, it's going to time out and show me the message box that says timed out. Let's try one more, and this time I'm going to use number 6, message box, option 6, which is cancel, try again, and continue. Message box title, just put in random text, and I want to do a timeout again. If message box is cancel, then show me a message box that says cancelled. If message box is try again, remember not to put a space between try and again. Message box, try again. And last one is continue. Message box, continue. Pressed. Now save it, run it. I get the 3 options. If I press cancel, we'll say cancelled. Run again, try again, so try again. Continue, continue pressed. Now these should help you do most of what you want to do. But if you want to learn more about other options available in message boxes, then you can go to this URL. This is the official documentation from AutoHotkey for message box. There's a lot of information in there. And you can also use site's inbuilt function to create a message box. In here, you can select different options. You can even change the icon. Let's change it to stop an error and create a random title, random text. And you can choose the options, and you can insert it into site or just test it out there. And then if I run it, then I'll get a message box like that. And you might not have noticed, but it played a sound as well, if it's a warning. So that's something that you can use too. You can also use a multi-line message box combined with the warning type of message box. For instance, 16 is the option, and call it error. And so error is the title, and if you go down once and create parentheses, that will allow you to create multi-lined message boxes. Serious error. You need to reboot your PC now. Let me save it, run it, see what we get. So there you go. You get a warning type of message box that gives you a multi-line message. In this fashion, you can also post a help message box by changing this option to 64. So got it copied here. So if I go ahead and run this, you'll get a familiar looking help message that gives you guidance on what the user should do. And if you want to use variables within multi-line message boxes, then you can go variable 1. Let me just go ahead and create the variables. Variable 3, give it all 5, and variable 1 gets one appended, variable 2, add 1, subtract 1, and message box, comma, and parenthesis. This line does not contain a variable. So first one will not have any variables, it will just have a string, and this line, second line, will contain this variable. Let me use a parenthesis, variable, another line, put in that. Alright, so this is how you create a multi-line message box utilizing variables within the message body. So if I go ahead and run this, I'll get a message box that uses the variables. Alright, we're on to the last part of this message box tutorial, and this is going to be how to set the message boxes always on top. In case, say, you're creating a message box and you happen to have pressed elsewhere and that message box goes to the background and you don't want that, then what you can do is you can set the option up so that you can set the message box always on top. And there are several options. I'm going to show you 3 of them, and these are the options. And the first one does not have any icon, no icon in the title bar. And second one, icon in the title, has an icon in the title bar. And the third one, icon exists in the title bar, and this is a yes, no, cancel message box. So if I save this and run it, first one will be without an icon in the title bar, so this is going to be a plain message box. And if I click somewhere else, if I click site, you can see that the focus is taken away from the message box, but it's still going to be showing up at the forefront. And if I press OK, the next one, there'll be a small icon. This is actually the icon for my site. I don't know why it became like that, but when I installed site, it just didn't give me the right icon. If I press OK again, and this time I'll get another type of message box that has a yes, no, and cancel, and which is always going to sit on top as well. Alright, so if you want to make any message box to stay on top, for instance, this one that gives you a warning type of message box that looks like this, you need to use a set timer function. So you need to set up a set timer on top, wait for message box, and 200 milliseconds to be safe. So this command will set a timer for a label called wait for message box and run that label every 200 milliseconds. And I'll go ahead and create a label down here. And when set, always on top, error. So this should match the title of the message box. And I will set the timer of this label to off, because we just need to run it once to set the message box always on top. So if I go ahead and run this and click elsewhere, I can see that the message box is staying always on top. If I remove this, if I comment this out and comment that out and run it and click elsewhere, it's going to be sent to the background like that. Now the reason why we need to use a set timer function is because when you run the message box, everything stops. The script stops until the user presses a button on the message box. So what that means is, so this is the command that sets this message box by doing a title match, always on top. But if you assume that this didn't exist, and comment all of this out too, and if you assume that if you set the winset command up down here, this is not going to work, because when you run the message box, everything's going to stop. So it's not going to go on to the next command line, which sets that message box always on top. And even if you put it on top here, it's not going to work, because the message box by this time will not exist. So you need to run the set timer command, which runs separate to the message box. So if you set that up 200 milliseconds later, even though within that period message box will show up and pause the script, this set timer will run this label to set the message box always on top and turn itself off. Alright, that is it for today's tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.